What's good, y'all? We got Black Philadelphia's worst nightmare has come true. We're gonna roll to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Shouts out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let's see what it's hitting for.
Did y'all see the video of the shootout that they had at the cookout in Philadelphia? Every single tool that those men had a switch on it.
This is when you see the size of this block. I mean, just individuals just shooting randomly into houses, into cars, children out here. I mean, this is
I seen it, bro. I seen it.
coward, wannabe thug stuff.
There are certain cities in America that are the home of the Black conscious and thought movement.
That's literally wiping out the whole block type shit, bro. This was probably what, 4th of July weekend. You know, y'all know it get active 4th of July weekend, bro. That's one of the most active holidays, bro, if not the most active. You know, they knew that you know, was a block party, whatever, house party, whatever. You know, it's just they shot. They didn't care who was there, bro. You know, and Philly is one of them places that's like that, bro. You know, it's rough out there, man.
There are certain cities in America that are the home of the Black conscious and thought movement. You can look at New York City in sections like Harlem. You can look at places like Oakland, Los Angeles with Lamar Park. But in my honest opinion, one of the cities that has the crown is Black Philadelphia. If you guys didn't know, the AME Church was started by Richard Allen in Black Philadelphia. Philadelphia is also one of the home of many scholars like Umar Johnson, with the largest Black Muslim community, I believe, in the nation. So when you talk about being pro-Black, you gotta mention a city like Philadelphia. But as much Black pride as Philadelphia has, unfortunately, Black Philadelphia is getting worse.
Okay, so we know you're gonna watch this demo at double speed. All software engineers do. Buckle up, we're keeping it quick.
Just a few years ago, Philadelphia had over 500 murders. And as we know, with shaky leadership, Philadelphia has been looked at as a joke. The current mayor, Sherelle Parker, had the city literally filled with trash until she negotiated with the union to go ahead and stop the strike. But just on Monday, something terrible just happened.
There was a mass shooting in Philadelphia during the cookout, and the whole situation is so tragic. There was innocent bystanders. There was a whole bunch of people piled up on top of each other on the porch, and they show ring camera footage, and you can see the people in the camera shooting at their oppositions while people lay
Defending
on top of each
themselves.
other and try to take cover.
A South Philadelphia
Defending
neighborhood by the
themselves.
name of Graves Ferry had a very sad shooting that was caught on ring cam. And many of you have probably seen it already, and unfortunately we can't play it on YouTube. But the young lady was right. It was people literally piled on top of each other. 3 people passed away, but one passed away that was already in a wheelchair.
The father of 24-year-old Azir Harris had a heartbroken plea to the city of Philadelphia today to put the
I mean, with all them bullets that was flying, bro, 3 is... I mean, how many people got hit, though, bro? You know, just because 3 people died, 5 might be paralyzed, too. You know?
guns down. He says Azir was a father to a one-year-old little boy and a paraplegic because he survived a drive-by shooting when he was only 17 years old. This family has been through so much, and they are devastated.
I carried him at his time when he was down.
So this was like this was a family function,
Now I can't be there to pick him up no more, and it hurts.
or was it
It
just?
hurts me bad.
Troy Harris says he keeps a close watch on his son, the youngest of 6, 24-year-old Azir Harris, who has been wheelchair-bound since he was 17 years old following his injuries in a drive-by shooting in South Philadelphia. When Azir's friends got him out of the house last night, he says he didn't question it.
But I figured they'd either go to the store, get some juice or something like that. Never thought that he would be on the other side of town when that happened to him.
That young man was
That's
a
how it be. Shit, that's how I was. My parents ain't never know shit I did, boy. The closest I got to was, nigga, and I played it off. You know what I'm saying? One time I got caught sneaking out. I was at a shorty crib though. You know what I'm saying? But one time, you know what I'm saying? I had left the crib. You know, I was out here wheeling, wheeling and dealing. You know what I'm saying? Came back home. You know, Pops got on my ass. Like, man, what you out here doing? You know what I'm saying? What you got in this backpack? You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing in the backpack though, cause you know, it was all gone. Houdini. I didn't have nothing. I came home empty-handed. Pocket full of money though. You know what I'm saying?
Zaire Harris. He had already been
Didn't know nothing I was doing, boy. I was smooth, man. I'm just thankful, bro. I'm just thankful I made it out alive, you know, shit.
That young man was Zaire Harris. He had already been paralyzed in 2018 and met his demise at the young age of 24. Unfortunately, he leaves behind a 1-year-old son.
Damn, bro. Another drive-by.
But what's happening in Philadelphia? Rewind! 2024, Philadelphia saw its lowest homicide rate in a decade. Philadelphia had 266 murders,
in 24?
which is still a lot, but for a city like that, that's a big improvement. Why did that murder rate drop? Well, it can be attributed to a lot of things. In one end, somebody could say that the district attorney, Larry Krasner, was working with a lot of anti-violence organizations from across the city to help prevent crime. They were helping people.
Even when your room is 80 degrees, your bed can be 55. That's the Pod, a cooling cover that fits over your
that bed. $10,000.
Turn in their guns.
It ain't as cool.
They were
as
helping people do other stuff. But one of the other reasons that Philadelphia had a drop in crime was because they increased fundings for the youth. And what happened here is a lot of the youth were busy working and going to programs that basically kept them busy and out of trouble.
Little niggas need to be in sports.
This was one of the things that we got to give Sherelle Parker at least some credit and the district attorney for funding these initiatives. You guys know Brother George Macon here on YouTube. He has a channel by the name of Street Media TV. And Brother George Macon actually got a check for the district attorney because he has a program called Urban Nerds. What Urban Nerds does, it takes children, black children from the inner city, and takes them to college tours like Howard University or University of Penn or Penn State. Basically getting in their mind that, hey, listen, I can go to college or I can be somebody. So this is another opportunity basically.
Why are they still pushing college though,
getting
man?
people who might participate in gangs to do other things that are productive.
College though, bro.
What happens when budget cuts occur in a city like Philadelphia? Let me give you an example.
Since 2019, Unity Recovery has given thousands of people battling addiction and homelessness a sense of dignity, with offices in Philly, Pittsburgh, and Texas. People like Lil. She asked us not to show her face.
I was hurt. I cried like a baby when I came and they said they were closed.
Just a few months ago, this recovery organization faced crisis and budget cuts, and this older lady who was like 70 years old, she was battling addiction and homelessness. She was getting back on her feet, but she's been told that, hey, this program will no longer be available to you. So what will happen for a lady like her? She's probably going to relapse and go back to the streets. And so what is happening in Black Philadelphia? Because the funding is not really there in 2025 like it was last year. Black Philadelphia is seeing the murder rate go up and people starting to.
That's a good point, and the statistics prove, bro. There's always, you're never gonna be able to completely just end it all, bro. You know. But yeah, that's some shit. That's how the cycle continues, bro.
To participate more in gangs. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe that this shooting has probably nothing to do with that in the first place, because these people who are suspects are probably, been in the gangs for a long time. But for the murder rate to continue to go down, you are going to need young black people.
Wait, no, it said 50 shot, didn't it? That's what the thumbnail said, didn't it? So 50 people were
who are going to be able to get jobs and able to go into the private or government or sector and to be able to see other opportunities. Without these other opportunities,
three dead and 10 other injured. Okay.
We're going to continue to see what's happening in Grace Ferry. Now, also, what should happen to the criminals that shot these people? They're still out on the run. Remember, 3 of these people died that day and over 10 were wounded. And not only that, over 40 people were shot over the 4th of July weekend, with 6 being dead in Philadelphia. This is up there with Chicago type numbers. What should we do to the criminals in the black community that just want to do whatever they want to do?
Yeah, snitch. Yeah, I said it. Snitch on all of them. Let me tell you something, man. If you in a gang and you walk up to a barbecue or a block party or go into a skating ring and you shoot 15 people trying to get one person, the black community owes you no loyalty.
Yeah, nah, that's not gangster, bro. Everybody know that's not gangster, bro. You don't get points for shooting into crowds. You don't get points at shooting niggas' mama's houses up, bro. When you know that they sleeping in there with their mama. Like, you don't do that, and they mama ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. It's niggas that will sit outside your mama house and wait for your ass to come outside the house, nigga, and get you. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas. It's you know, everybody's different though, bro, and it's no said rules to this shit, bro. It's no said rules to it, my nigga. And so you always gotta remember that in these streets, there's no said rules to it, bro. You know, that's fucked up. Although that's not respectable, it's not. But it's nigga, somebody gonna respect it. You on their side, you know what I'm saying? Gonna show them some type of something. They get to rap about now that they done knocked somebody down. It's in the majority eye, that shit is not respectable though, bro. You know, it's not.
All of them. Let me tell you something, man.
That's why the term walking down is a term. You know what I'm saying? You walk your opponent down, bro. You know? You get up close.
You in a gang and you walk up to a barbecue or a block party or go into a skating ring and you shoot 15 people trying to get one person, the black community owes you no loyalty. I'm telling the black community to tell on them. Stop protecting these people that's killing our communities, man. Your mama coming home from work, your son is your children is.
Hey, man, there's plenty of people in the hood who will snitch, who will call the police. You know what I'm saying?
Coming home from school, they get hit by a stray bullet because these gangbangers, they anywhere, bang, anywhere killers. They don't want to respect nothing. They don't respect Miss Jenkins no more. They don't respect Mr. Clarence. They don't respect the children, the women, nothing. So now, if the lines are blurred and there's no more rules, right, you don't want to respect nothing, then you owe them no loyalty. You owe them nothing.
They don't care if you don't go shoot no block up, bro.
They don't care if you got your children with you. It's not like it was in the days of old. It's anywhere. It's bang anywhere gang. So I'm telling the
producers, this.
But then again, like dude said about his son. He said his son was all the way across town. He didn't even know it, bro. This could have been like a house party or something. I don't know what type of function this was. That's why that needs to be known. Was this a family function? Was this a gang function? What type of function was this? You know, and that can tell a little bit more detail on that. You know, if this was a gang function, then hey, it's all in the air at that point, honestly. If they come slide, nigga, y'all niggas should have been ready. But based off that footage, though, you know, and I only seen it one time, you know, there was women there, which means nothing. It's women who's ganged out, this, that, and the third. It was women, you know. I don't recall seeing no kids or nothing. Maybe it was, I don't know. I'm sure there was kids around. Regardless, bro, I think it was more so like a family function or something, bro. Or just that whole block. I don't know. It needs to be known what type of function it was, though.
They don't care if you walking with your mama. They don't care if you got your children with you. It's not like it was in the days of old. It's anywhere. It's bang anywhere gang. So I'm telling the community, you gotta stop protecting them. Because anytime something go down in the community, y'all know who did it. But the reason why they're able to run wild because you protect them. Last year, Philadelphia finished with over 550 homicides, 2,600 people shot. Chicago finished with well over 700. And the reason why they're able to flourish and do what they do because the community protects them. And then you complain when it's your kid or somebody else gets shot. Let me tell you something. If you are indulging in criminal activity and it's illegal, we're not supposed to see it. It's supposed to be underground. Whatever you doing on the underground, I'm not supposed to know about it. If it's illegal, we shouldn't know.
Now, shout out to brother George Mencken. He's making a great point. He's saying,
Right.
listen, if these people want to just do whatever they want to do, we have the right to snitch on them. It's not like it was in the 80s and the 90s where if you was beefing, somebody would just come get you and not just shoot randomly into a crowd or randomly into a house. And right now is bang bang anywhere gang.
Oh, they're gonna tell, bro. There's plenty of women that was there. He's cooked. Whoever done it, if they know, they gonna get caught. If they know who done it, if word get around, you know.
No rules to this. So if there's no rules to this, then we should tell them
what are you saying
into
about
a crowd
rules?
or randomly into a house. And right now is bang bang anywhere gang. There's no rules to this. So if there's no rules to this, then we should tell on people because innocent people are
This
being
is the
hurt.
streets.
I
There is
believe
no
the brother that
rules,
got
nigga. There's no rules to the
killed
streets.
that was a paraplegic. He probably
That's why a nigga could snitch and come back to the streets and still be that nigga in the streets though. You feel me? Cause you're not checking him. He's still more gangster than you, nigga. Be like that.
he had nothing to do with it, but he wasn't able to move
Not
or able
really,
to duck
though.
for cover. So he was shot. And they do have one person in critical condition with 10 other people being shot outside of the 3 that passed away. And it is George's point that people should be snitched on. But to go beyond that, the issue is in a city like Philadelphia, if you don't have these programs that assist young black people in the community, they're going to go out and do this. And here's another issue that we got to talk about.
Like I said, you're not gonna get rid of this completely, bro. The hood is still the hood at the end of the day, bro. You know, you can lower the crime. You know, you can get more kids in school, more kids playing sports and shit like that, and off the streets in the summertime and after school programs and stuff like that. You know, and that's gonna help a lot, bro. But they're still subject to their environment, bro. You know, the hood is still the hood at the end of the day, bro. That's not going nowhere.
Community, they don't have these programs that assist young black people in the community. They're going to go out and do this.
Drugs are still going to be out here, you know. So
And here's another
just
issue that we got.
depend solely on programs and more funding.
To talk about. Where is the black support for these black organizations like Urban Nerds or other black nonprofits that want to do things in the community, but people don't support them? And again, here we are with another situation in which we complain about Essence Fest. We complain about what's going on. We sit back and expect that with our taxpayers' money, that fundings will occur in these communities. And the reality is that as black people in America, if we don't fund our nonprofit organizations or incentivize people to do them, and we're apathetic with it, then our kids don't get the opportunities. When we don't have small local black businesses in black communities, or when we don't want to work with our community, the likelihood of these things happening is more. So our lack of involvement in the
Man, that's traumatizing, bro. Ooh, that clip. Let me tell y'all something, man, about guns, bro.
What about 50 million followers? We're in the bill.
If you ever get a gun, dude, this is what you do not do with it. I have to make this clear, bro, because I don't even really want to say this, bro. This is really personal and it's deep and it's some shit. I'll just put it like this.
black communities, or when we don't want to work with our community, the likelihood of
Watch this nigga in the backseat with the gun, bro.
these things happening
Finger on the trigger whole time, right?
is more.
Cocks it back. Now this is just a clip. It's fake. Whole time the trigger, his finger is literally on the trigger, bro. And he racks the gun back, and the whole time the gun is pointed at the back of this man's head, bro.
So our lack of involvement in the private
real life situation happen like that. Just know a real life situation happen like that, bro. Never do no shit like that, bro. You keep your gun, you keep your finger all the way up on the slide. Nowhere near the fucking trigger. Until you're finna pull that bitch to shoot somebody. That's how people get shot, bro. I be seeing hella people. I be seeing niggas on Snapchat acting like they they just the toughest nigga with a gun, bro. And they finna shoot they phone. That's that shit. That's how I know you niggas is weird, bro. Niggas weird.
All local black businesses in black communities, or when we don't want to work with our community, the likelihood of these things happening is more. So our lack of involvement
real
in the
life
private
situation
sector
happen like
eventually
that, bro.
comes back in this form. So what happens is when we fail to invest in our own community, then the likelihood that somebody gets hit with a stray bullet, like your mom or grandma or whoever else, is high. And then once somebody's mom dies on accident, then they're in the beef now. Okay, so now people who were not in the beef come into the beef. And now it just gets worse. And that's what's happening in black cities all over the country, especially Philadelphia and Chicago.
Man, some shit didn't happen out here, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, you know, it wasn't no big, you know, it wasn't as big as this, but by any means, as far as people, you know, number of people getting hit, I don't even know. Let me actually Google, because I never really did too much research on it. Shooting. 1 dead, 7 injured. Yeah. So it was kind of like it was a mass shooting here in Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Say 2 killed in Wednesday night shooting. That might be maybe something different. But it was over like on Juneteenth, Juneteenth festival. You know, it was a mass shooting. They shot up the Juneteenth festival, bro. Someone died. 7 people got shot, bro. 8 people. 1 died. You know, where I'm from.
Lack of investment.
Y'all ain't hear about that though. Guarantee you that.
Come into the beef.
Right on Black Wall Street, bro. Greenwood.
And now it just gets worse. And that's what's happening in black cities all over the country, especially Philadelphia and Chicago. The lack of investment from our community into our own people results in things happening like this. Now, I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen all the time. Of course it would. But when we don't support the things that we want to see in the black community, the things that we don't want to see in the black community typically bite us in our ass. And then we get upset about it when it happens. And then we say, hey, we ought to snitch on them. And you're right, we should. But that won't keep the problem from repeating itself. That problem indeed continues to happen, and it will happen over and over and over again until we start to say as a community, we want to work together and get out there and actually solve the problem. Now, if you don't want to go out there and, let's say, for example, take kids to college or support local black organizations, that's fine. But you could give them something. We could support things that we don't want to be involved in, but maybe somebody else want to be involved in it. Could we give them $5? Could we give them $10? Could we give them $30? Could we do anything to help black organizations to invest to get kids off the streets that might come back one day and start a business in the black community? We might be turning somebody who might be a shooter to a person who might become a doctor. Just that investment and that encouragement, just seeing a college tour for one day, it could be something that sparks a change in somebody's life. But if we don't do that, you're going to continue to see this. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea D. Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Slurpee.
Yeah, man. Gotta go straight to the source, man. You know, gotta go within. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. If you made it to the end of this video, you bored, check out this video to the left, or check out my music to the right. I just dropped some new shit on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good shit. I'll get at y'all on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the name.